everyone, and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. We're going to be continuing on with our attack code and our battle proxy. And we were basically just filling out the functions. Now, the reason I stopped last time where I did is because we were getting to a point where we need to do a very important and very chunky function. And that is going to be, wherever it is, it's down here, our attacking move function. This is kind of the bread and butter of the attacking system. So it will be kind of a lot. So I will try and do this sort of slowly so we don't miss out on anything. But we're going to take our selected move. We're going to get it and we're going to break it. And from here, we're going to get the move type. And we're going to switch on enum. No. Damage type. Switch on enum. There we go. Because we want to know whether it's physical or special. And we can bring this down here. This is the only thing we'll need. So if you want to do what we normally do and just keep that damage type, that's completely up to you, like I'm doing now. But we just need the damage type. And what we need to know is we need to work out a new function. A new variable, sorry. And it's going to be float. And I normally call this A/D, so attack/defense. So it's attack divided by defense. And we're going to set that up here. Like so. And the way we're going to set this is we're going to get our defending team, current defender, and our current attacker. We're going to break both of these. And break again. Like so. And the only thing we need on both of these is going to be our final stats. So we can get rid of everything else on this one. And the only one we want to keep is the final stats there. We can break again. And break again. And I've just realized I've been doing this incredibly slow way the whole time. If you just hide all of these, and we can just take our... We want our defense from the attacker, and we want the SP defense, like so. And from this one, we want the attack and the special attack. And if we put these a bit closer together, just so it's nice and neat, and we bring this back a little bit, we want to divide. So we want two of these. And what we want to do is we want to divide our attack by the enemy's defense. And we also want to divide our special attack by the special defense. Plug those into there. So remember, it's A divided by D. So it's always attack divided by defense, or special attack divided by special defense. So the defense should always go in the bottom pin, and the attack should always be in the top pin. Once we've done that, there is one thing we actually also want from our attacking here, and that is going to be the Pokemon's name. And we're going to get its information from a data table. So get data table row, and plug both of these out pins directly into this. And if we just drag this down here, we can do that. And what we want from this, so don't forget to set it to the Pokemon basic info. We're going to break this like so. And the only thing we need is the type information. So type 1 and type 2. So just unpin everything. I don't know why I did that the slow way again. And we also want to grab a copy of our selected move. So we can bring that down here like this. And what we actually want is our move type. And we also want the move name. Like so. And what we're checking is if this move type is equal to both of these. And if it is, so we can do this, and if it's equal to either of these, so we want to do an OR Boolean, we're gonna basically give it an extra stab boost. So we'll do that and make sure AD goes under the category of attacking. We're going to create another variable, and we're going to call this stab. So stab basically works. So if your typing matches the move in Pokemon, it gets a stab boost of 1.5. If it's not equal to either of the typings of your Pokemon, then you don't get a stab bonus. So that's why, like, as an example, I'm trying to think of a good example. Let's say Blastoise as a water type, if it has a dark move that is not the same as one of its typings, then it won't get a stab boost. But if it uses Water Gun, it'll get a stab boost of 1.5. So we'll just do that. So 1.5, and then we can just do 1. And then we want to get another data table row. And this time it's going to be the move that we're looking for. So we want to get our move data table. And we're going to take our move name and just plug it straight into here. Like so. Then the last thing I do need to do on this one is just break the party info of the defender, because we need its name. So like so. And we also need to get one more data table. So once that row is found, we're going to be looking for the basic information of our defender, like so. And this is kind of where we work out whether what kind of damage we're doing, basically. So we are looking for our defenders typings now. So just grab typing 1 and 2. And from our move pool, oh, this is from I've got this wrong. Come back to this selected move. We want the move type written, sorry. So that we can actually look up on our typing multiplier. That's what we're looking for here. And then we're going to break this so we can get this multiplier map that we want to basically find some information from. So just keep everything nice and neat. So once we've got our typing information, we want to do a find. And the first one we're going to do is type 1, like so. And we're going to set this, we're going to promote this to a variable. And we'll call it typing 1. So the row should always come back found for this first one. It's the second one that it might not. So to combat that, what we can do is we can do an equal node, equal enum, and we're going to say, is it equal to none? So does it have a second typing? And if it doesn't, we can basically just move on. So is it equal to none? Sorry, if it's true, we're gonna create we're gonna duplicate this and set this to typing 2. And we're going to set this. So if it's true, we're going to just set this to 1, because we're going to times by this. And if it is 1, we don't want to have to, we don't want to accidentally set something to false. So set another find. We're obviously going to be setting this as well over here. And what we're looking for is type 2 now. So just keep it relatively neat if we can, like so. And once we've found that, we're gonna set that as typing 2. So that's kind of how it should look. And once we've done that, all we need left to do now is deal the damage to our defender. So if we get our defender and we break, what we need from this is just the final stats. So grab your final stats, and we're going to set the member. Set member. Both of these can be plugged into here, and what we're setting is just the HP. And from this, we obviously need to set member of the current defender, and that is going to be of our final stats. That goes into there, and then we will just finish up by setting this like so. And then we're going to call that function we haven't quite written yet, which is update defending Pokemon. And we're missing just one final piece of the puzzle now, and that is going to be our actual code where we're working stuff out. So we need to get a few things. The first thing we want is this. This is so we can get our HP and our HP max. Untick all of those and just grab those two there. We also need to get the attacking team, and we'll just grab that for now. That should be fine. And we also need to get our selected move. Bring that down here as well. So there's a lot of code here. If you get confused by this, feel free to join the Discord and ask in the member section. And if you haven't claimed your member section, do that as well, so that I know you've joined. But what we're going to do is, so we're going to get our current defender's HP, and we obviously need to take away something from that HP. The clamp will stop it from going below 0, and also maintaining that maximum position. So it will only ever sit between 0 and the maximum. We'll never go any lower than that. And then to finish off, we need to get a math expression node. Okay, so I'm not going to really explain much about this because you can find this code online. This is basically how I worked it out. So you have to close all your parentheses or your brackets, but just follow along. It's 2 times level times by 1. That is because of a trainer part that I haven't added in. But basically, if you're fighting a trainer, if you traded the Pokemon, you get a 1.5 bonus if you're not the original owner. So I haven't done that yet in my game or anything like that. But that's what that 1 times 1 is reference to. You divide it by 5. Then you add 2. You then times all of that by move power MP. Then you times that by AD. Then you divide it by 50. Then you add 2. Then it's times by ST for stab. And then it's times T1 and times T2. And you might be thinking, Jesus, that's going to be really, really high. But if you've got a, if your typings don't match up to the other Pokemons, then potentially you're not going to actually be doing that much damage, because you could be timesing it and losing half. So just add a bunch of those in. If you get an error, just keep adding them until it disappears. It's probably just because you haven't added in enough close brackets. There we go. Eventually it comes through. So we need to change a few of these pins. You can change them over here. So level can be changed to integer, and so can move power. The rest should be fine as floats. Plug this into the minus, because that's what we're going to be taking away. And then we just need to get those figures through on here. So the only thing we need on this one is the move power. So we can just grab the move power and plug that straight in. And on the party information, we just need our current level. So grab the current level there. We can get rid of the other two remaining ones. And that's those two done. And the rest come from the floats that we've been creating. So you can literally just drag in, I think I put these two in the attacking. So AD can go in there. Stab can go in there. And finally, the typing 1 and typing 2 can also go in, like so. And by doing all of this, you should, in theory, by the end of it, once you've updated your defending ringmon, have a working attack. Now, we still have some ways to go. Like, for example, it won't actually update anything because we haven't done this in here yet. But we're getting there very slowly. We will hopefully have all of this done in the next episode. But hopefully this made sense. I'm going to leave this as its own standalone episode, just because it is very complicated, and I don't want to overthink too much. But this is a lot of code. If you have any questions, as I said before, ask in the Discord. It is quite heavy in terms of code. This is probably the worst part, is just doing that math expression. But if you follow along with what I said, fingers crossed, you shouldn't have any issues. As I said, the only thing that's standard is at ×1, because it's times if it's your own caught Pokemon, it's times by 1. But if you have traded it, so it's not your original Pokemon, has a different trainer ID to yours, it's times 1.5. So that's the only thing you need to check on there. But yeah, hopefully you found this useful, and we are getting there. We're getting there slowly. It's a long process. But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Much love. Take care. Bye.